I had always felt that there was something hidden in my dreams, a shadow that loomed over my past. It wasn't until the stories of my childhood nightmares began to intertwine with the fabric of my family's history that I started to uncover the truth buried deep beneath my subconscious. From the moment I relayed my harrowing dreams to my father, a powerful connection sparked within me, igniting a journey of self-discovery that would lead me to embrace my heritage and heal the scars that haunted my family's story. It was as if the strands of fate had brought my dreams into the light to guide me toward understanding. As a child, the nightmares gripped me with their intensity, leaving me shaken and confused. I often woke in a cold sweat, my heart racing as I recalled every detail, the towering trees looming over me like ancient guardians, the sounds of footsteps crashing through the underbrush, and the echoing shouts of armed men clothed in hats and uniforms chasing me. I would rush to my grandmother's side, seeking comfort in her warm embrace. "It's just a dream, my dear. Just a dream," her grandmother would murmur, but to me, those nights felt all too real. Years passed, but the dreams never left. As I entered my 30s, I decided to confront these fears. During one heartfelt conversation with my father, he revealed the tragic story of our family's past, words that seemed to summon the very spirits of those lost within the mountains. He recounted how, during the tumultuous times leading up to Algeria's independence from French colonization, fear and despair had infiltrated their village between mountains and sea in the land of Numidia. His voice trembled as he painted a vivid picture of his mother, instinctively aware of the impending doom, sending her children away as the storm of violence brewed outside. I listened as my father spoke of the harrowing day they lost everything, of my grandmother's desperate courage and the innocence shredded from my father in just one tragic afternoon. At the age of 3 years old, he lost both his mother and father. The past unfolded before my eyes, and in that moment, I understood. The shadows in my dreams were the echoes of my father's lost childhood. Determined to honor the legacy of my family, I sought to find solace not only for myself but for my father as well. I began to research the history of my ancestors, immersing myself in the stories of resilience that came before me. With every detail I uncovered, I felt the weight of familial trauma begin to lift. I realized my nightmares were not simply frightful dreams, they were the summoning of lost souls seeking recognition, grief seeking healing. Years of dedication led me to the very mountains that had haunted my dreams. I decided to return to the land of Numidia, to walk the paths my family had once trodden. Standing amidst the towering trees of the Numidian mountains, I placed my hands over my heart and closed my eyes, breathing in the heavy, familiar air. I could almost hear the whispers of my ancestors, feel their pain and their joy intertwining. With every step I took down the winding trails, I felt lighter, transported into a realm where grief could coexist with healing. And as I reached the place where life of my ancestors once stood, I began to speak, to the land, to the spirits, to my grandfather and grandmother whose memory had woven its way into my very being. "I acknowledge your pain," I whispered into the gentle rustle of leaves. "I honor your sacrifice." With tears streaming down my cheeks, I released the nightmares that had chased me for years. In their place came calm, a collective sigh of relief that resonated through not only my soul but through the generations that had come before me. And as I turned away from the mountains, I no longer felt the agony of fear pulling at my heart. I felt connected, not just to my past, but to a legacy of strength that would empower me for the future. From that day onward, my dreams transformed, reflecting not tragedy, but hope, a tapestry woven with the threads of love, resilience, and the irrevocable bonds of family. Thus, in the realm of dreams, I finally found peace, the shadows retreating into the light, forever transformed by the understanding and the courage that came from confronting the darkness of the past.